There are moments in life when the unseen world brushes against the edges of our reality, and few practices open that veil like fasting. This is not just about denying the body food. It is about stepping into a deeper dimension where spiritual forces respond, shift, and sometimes resist. When someone who once walked in darkness turns and reveals what truly happens beyond the physical, it demands attention. This message uncovers hidden truths about the spiritual realm during fasting, exposing battles, authority, and transformations that most people never realize are taking place. There is something powerful that begins to happen the moment you choose to fast, something deeper than hunger and far beyond physical discipline. Your senses begin to awaken in ways that cannot be explained by the natural mind. What once felt distant or invisible starts to come closer, clearer, and more real. This is not imagination. It is a shift in awareness that many never experience because they never step into it. When the body becomes quiet, the spirit becomes louder, and what was hidden begins to reveal itself. You start to notice impressions, convictions, and movements that you once ignored without even realizing it. From the perspective of someone who once operated in darkness, this change is not small or insignificant. It is disruptive to forces that depend on you being spiritually asleep and unaware. Fasting begins to interfere with what was once easy access, making it harder for unseen influences to remain hidden. The sensitivity that grows within you becomes a light that exposes what prefers to stay in the shadows. You are no longer easily influenced because you begin to recognize what is not aligned with truth. What once passed unnoticed now stands out clearly, and that awareness becomes your strength. This is where transformation begins to take root in a real and undeniable way. As this sensitivity increases, you will find that your inner voice becomes stronger and more consistent. It guides you, warns you, and leads you with a clarity that cannot be ignored. You begin to sense when something is right and when something is not, even without visible evidence. This is not fear, this is discernment, and it is one of the greatest gifts that fasting unlocks within you. The more you lean into this awareness, the more confident you become in navigating both the seen and unseen aspects of life. You stop reacting blindly and start responding with purpose and understanding. This is how you begin to walk with intention instead of confusion. So when you fast, do not think of it as weakness or sacrifice alone, but as an awakening into a deeper level of perception and strength. What you are stepping into is a realm where clarity replaces confusion and awareness replaces ignorance. You are becoming someone who sees beyond the surface and understands what truly matters. This journey may feel intense at times, but it is shaping you into someone who cannot be easily shaken or misled. Embrace the process, trust what is being awakened within you, and continue forward with boldness. Stay consistent because what is being revealed to you will change everything. When you step into fasting, you are not stepping into silence. You are stepping into action that reaches far beyond what your eyes can see. What feels like stillness in the natural is often intense movement in the spiritual. There is a pressure that begins to build against forces that once operated without resistance. This is not something you may always feel immediately, but it is something that is undeniably taking place. Fasting creates a shift that challenges what once held influence over your life. It is a quiet but powerful declaration that you are no longer available to the same level of control. From the insight of someone who once understood and moved within darkness, fasting is recognized as a threat. It interrupts patterns, breaks access, and exposes strategies that rely on your distraction and weakness. What once moved freely now meets resistance, and that resistance grows stronger the longer you remain committed. This is why consistency matters, because every moment of discipline builds pressure against what seeks to hold you back. You may not see it with your physical eyes, but in the unseen realm there is a reaction to your decision. Your choice to fast is not ignored, it is felt, and it begins to shift the atmosphere around you. As this pressure increases, hidden influences lose their strength and their ability to operate unnoticed. The things that once seemed overwhelming begin to lose their grip, and clarity replaces confusion. You start to notice changes in your thoughts, your environment, and even your emotional responses. What used to control your reactions begins to fade, because its foundation is being weakened. This is not coincidence. This is the result of a spiritual process that is unfolding because of your obedience and focus. Every moment you continue strengthens this shift and deepens the impact. So when the process feels challenging, remember that something powerful is happening beyond what you can measure. You are participating in a battle that produces real change, even when it feels unseen. Do not give up when it gets difficult, because that is often when the greatest pressure is being applied. Stay steady, stay focused, and understand that your persistence is making a difference. What once had influence is losing its hold, and you are stepping into greater freedom. Keep going, because breakthrough is closer than you think. As you continue in fasting, something remarkable begins to rise within you. A sense of authority that was always there but never fully activated. This is not about control over others, but about a deep inner strength that refuses to be shaken. You begin to stand differently, think differently, and respond differently to the challenges around you. What once intimidated you no longer has the same power, because you are no longer operating from weakness. Fasting aligns you with a higher level of purpose and clarity that strengthens your position in every situation. It becomes clear that you are not just enduring life, you are stepping into a place of influence and confidence. From the perspective of someone who once understood the operations of darkness, this shift in authority is significant. It creates a boundary that is not easily crossed, a form of protection that goes beyond what is visible. What once found access now meets resistance, and that resistance is backed by something greater than human effort. Your consistency in fasting builds this protective covering, making it harder for negative influences to affect your mind and your environment. You are no longer exposed in the same way because your alignment has changed. This is where strength becomes evident, not in appearance, but in spiritual stability. As this authority grows, you will begin to notice a calm confidence, replacing fear and uncertainty. Situations that once caused anxiety begin to lose their intensity, because you are no longer reacting from a place of vulnerability. Instead, you are grounded, aware, and steady in your responses. This does not mean challenges disappear, but it means you face them from a position of strength. The protection you carry becomes evident in the way you navigate difficulties without being overwhelmed. You begin to influence your environment instead of being controlled by it, and that shift changes everything. So embrace this process with determination, knowing that every moment of discipline is building something powerful within you. You are not just denying yourself, you are becoming someone who carries authority and walks in protection. Stay committed even when it feels difficult, because what is being formed in you is greater than the discomfort you feel. This journey is shaping you into someone who stands firm, who sees clearly, and who moves with purpose. Do not step back when you are this close to transformation. Keep pressing forward, because you are stepping into a level of strength that cannot be easily shaken. As we come to the end of this message, understand that fasting is more than a practice. It is a doorway into awakening, strength, and authority that many never step into. What has been revealed is not meant to create fear, but to ignite awareness and purpose within you. You now know that something real is happening beyond what you can see, and your choices have power in that unseen realm. This is your moment to rise above distraction, to move with intention, and to commit to a deeper level of discipline. Do not ignore what has been placed before you today, because it has the potential to change the direction of your life. Step forward with boldness and remain consistent, because what you activate through fasting will shape who you become,